The internet never stays quiet for long, especially when it comes to celebrity relationships. And once again, social media is buzzing with speculation, opinions, and endless debates. At the center of this latest storm are three well-known names: Common, Jennifer Hudson, and Tiffany Haddish. What started as a few simple comments has now evolved into a full-blown narrative that fans just can't stop talking about. It all began with what seemed like an innocent moment. During an interview, the topic of relationships and potential collaborations came up. There was even playful talk about music, how combining voices could create something magical. It felt light, casual, and harmless. But as often happens in celebrity culture, even the smallest comments can quickly spiral into something much bigger. Soon after, questions about relationships started creeping in. Are they together? Are they not? Is there something happening behind the scenes? Instead of clear answers, there were vague responses, and as expected, that ambiguity only fueled curiosity. Because when celebrities don't confirm or deny something, the internet usually fills in the blanks on its own. Then came the turning point. Tiffany Haddish made a public statement about her ex Common and his current relationship. According to her, she had no intention of stirring drama. In fact, she claimed the opposite. She said she was happy for him, wished him the best, and even expressed hope that his current relationship would lead to marriage. On the surface, it sounded supportive, mature, and positive, but the internet didn't take it that way. Once blogs and media outlets picked up her comments, everything changed. Suddenly, her words were being analyzed from every angle. People began questioning her tone, her intentions, and even her emotional state. What she presented as kindness was quickly interpreted by others as something entirely different. Some called it obsession, others labeled it bitterness, and many believed it was subtle shade directed at Common and his new partner. This is where things started getting complicated. Fans began saying that Tiffany talks about Common too often. They argued that if she had truly moved on, she wouldn't keep mentioning him in interviews. Every time she brought him up, even casually, it became another headline, another viral clip, another reason for people to speculate. At the same time, Common himself was making headlines for a completely different reason. In recent interviews, he spoke openly about Jennifer Hudson. He described their relationship as peaceful, healthy, and deeply fulfilling. His words painted a picture of emotional maturity and stability. But what really caught everyone's attention was one specific statement. He said that if he ever decided to get married, it would be to her. That single comment was enough to send fans into a frenzy. Suddenly, people were talking about engagement rumors, wedding possibilities, and long-term commitment. Social media exploded with excitement. Many believed they were witnessing the beginning of a serious, lasting love story. For a moment, everything seemed perfect. Common and Jennifer Hudson appeared to be the ideal couple. They looked elegant together, carried themselves with maturity, and gave off a sense of calm that many celebrity relationships lack. To the public, they seemed stable, grounded, and genuinely happy. But as quickly as the romance narrative built up, cracks began to appear. New rumors started circulating, rumors suggesting that the relationship might not be as perfect as it looked. According to various sources and online discussions, there could be underlying issues that the public wasn't seeing. One of the biggest questions being raised was about marriage. Despite Common's openness about wanting a future with Jennifer, some reports suggested that she might not be ready for that step. Even though she reportedly felt loved and appreciated by him, insiders claim she was hesitant about making such a serious commitment. And naturally, people started asking why. 1. Possible explanation that quickly gained attention was Common's past. Over the years, he has been linked to several high-profile women. His dating history has always been a topic of public interest. Because of that, some fans believe Jennifer may be questioning whether he is truly ready to settle down. But not everyone agrees with that idea. Many people argue that Jennifer already knew about his past before entering the relationship. It's not like his romantic history was hidden, so why would it suddenly become an issue now? That question led to a deeper theory. Some believe the hesitation has less to do with Common and more to do with Jennifer herself. Her past relationships, particularly her highly publicized history with David Otunga, may still be affecting her. That relationship involved serious allegations, legal disputes, and emotional tension. It wasn't just a breakup, it was a very public and difficult chapter of her life. And experiences like that don't just disappear. Emotional scars can last long after a relationship ends. Even if someone finds love again, those past experiences can create fear, hesitation, and doubt. The idea of committing again, especially in something as serious as marriage, can feel overwhelming. From this perspective, Jennifer's hesitation becomes more understandable. It may not be about a lack of love. It may be about self-protection. At the same time, another rumor added even more fuel to the fire. Some reports suggested that there might be differences in financial and professional status between the two. According to these claims, Jennifer may currently be in a stronger position in terms of career and earnings. Now, whether this is true or not is impossible to confirm. But in the world of celebrity gossip, even unverified claims can spread quickly. And once they do, they become part of the larger narrative. Some people believe that differences like this can create tension in a relationship. Others argue that mature individuals should be able to look beyond money and status. Still, when both partners are public figures, comparisons become unavoidable, and comparisons often lead to pressure. As these rumors continued to grow, another layer of speculation emerged. Some sources claimed that the couple might be dealing with issues privately while maintaining a perfect image in public. If true, this wouldn't be unusual. Many celebrity couples choose to protect their personal struggles from the public eye. But the problem is that privacy rarely exists in the age of social media. Once people start speculating, every appearance, every smile, and every interaction gets analyzed. And that's exactly what's happening here. At this point, the story is no longer just about facts. It has become a mix of truth, assumptions, and interpretations. People are trying to piece together what's really going on, but no one has the full picture. One thing, however, is certain. The dynamic between Common, Jennifer Hudson, and Tiffany Haddish has become one of the most talked about topics online, and this is only the beginning. Now that the surface-level drama has taken over social media, many people are beginning to look deeper, especially at Jennifer Hudson's side of the story. Because according to growing speculation, the real issue in her relationship with Common may not be about the present at all. It may be rooted in the past. From the outside, Jennifer Hudson and Common seemed like the definition of a perfect celebrity couple. Every public appearance told the same story: elegance, maturity, and emotional balance. They didn't look chaotic or dramatic. Instead, they appeared grounded, calm, and genuinely connected. But public appearances can only show so much. Behind that polished image, there are increasing rumors that Jennifer may still be carrying emotional wounds that never fully healed. And if that's true, it could explain why the topic of marriage has reportedly become so complicated. A major part of this conversation revolves around her past relationship with David Otunga. That relationship was far from simple. It was surrounded by controversy, legal battles, and serious allegations. When things eventually fell apart, it didn't happen quietly. Instead, it became a very public and emotionally charged situation. Jennifer accused David of aggressive and threatening behavior, claims that immediately gained widespread attention. At the time, much of the public supported her without hesitation. The narrative seemed clear, but then David pushed back. He denied the allegations and argued that the public was only hearing one side of the story. He claimed that Jennifer's influence in the entertainment industry gave her the upper hand in shaping how things were being perceived. According to reports, he even described himself as a deeply involved father who had played a major role in raising their son. This directly conflicted with the claims presented in legal documents. What followed was not just a breakup, it was a battle of narratives. Two completely different versions of the truth were being presented to the public. And when something like that happens under media scrutiny, it leaves a lasting emotional impact. For Jennifer, that experience was reportedly deeply traumatic. Even after the legal issues were addressed, many believe the emotional scars remained. Situations like that don't simply disappear once the headlines fade. They stay, quietly influencing future decisions. This is why many insiders now believe that Jennifer has become extremely cautious when it comes to relationships. For someone who has already experienced public heartbreak, legal conflict, and emotional stress, the idea of marriage isn't just romantic. It can feel risky. Marriage, in her case, may represent more than love. It may represent vulnerability, exposure, and the possibility of history repeating itself, and that fear can be powerful. Even in a healthy relationship, past trauma can create internal conflict. The mind begins asking questions. What if things change later? What if the peace I feel now doesn't last? What if I go through the same pain again? These thoughts don't always come from logic. They come from experience, and sometimes they show up when things seem to be going well. This is where Common's public statements may have unintentionally added pressure. When he openly said that he would marry Jennifer if he ever got married, many fans saw it as romantic. It sounded like a clear declaration of love and commitment, but from another perspective, it may have created a different kind of weight. Because suddenly, what was once private became public. Now the world was watching. Now expectations were forming. Now every move carried meaning. For someone still healing from past experiences, that kind of attention can feel overwhelming. Instead of enjoying the relationship at her own pace, Jennifer may have found herself under a spotlight she didn't ask for, and that's where things become complicated. As if that wasn't enough, another rumor started gaining attention, one that added an entirely new layer to the story. Some sources began claiming that there might be tension related to career, status, and finances. According to these rumors, Jennifer may currently be in a stronger position professionally and financially than Common. Whether this is accurate or not is unclear, but the conversation around it has been intense. Some people believe that differences like this can create imbalance in a relationship. Others argue that it shouldn't matter at all, especially between mature individuals. But celebrity relationships are rarely that simple. Public image, success comparisons, and constant media attention can quietly influence even the strongest connections. And when both individuals are highly successful, those comparisons become louder and harder to ignore. Still, this was just one part of the speculation. Things escalated even further when cheating rumors began circulating online. Not long after, fans were celebrating their relationship. Gossip blogs started spreading claims that Common may have been involved with a younger woman. The story spread quickly, gaining traction across social media platforms. Almost immediately, people began connecting the dots. Was this the reason Jennifer seemed hesitant? Did she discover something that made her pull back emotionally? At this point, there is no confirmed evidence to support these claims. But in celebrity culture, rumors don't need proof to spread. Once they enter the conversation, they take on a life of their own. Fans begin analyzing everything, every appearance, every expression, every social media post. Even silence starts to feel meaningful. Another rumor that captured major attention was the claim that Jennifer may have rejected a proposal from Common. This idea quickly became one of the most discussed topics online. According to the speculation, Common was ready to take the relationship to the next level, but Jennifer wasn't. Some fans interpreted this as a sign of distrust. Others saw it as emotional caution. And many believed it was simply her way of protecting herself after everything she had been through. Again, nothing has been officially confirmed. But the fact that these stories continue to circulate suggests that people sense something beneath the surface. And now some reports are even suggesting that the couple may already be going through a difficult phase, or possibly heading toward a breakup. What makes this situation even more intriguing is how they continue to appear in public. They still show up. They still smile. They still look composed, which has led many to believe that they might be maintaining a strong public image while dealing with private challenges behind the scenes. If that's true, it wouldn't be unusual. Many celebrity couples choose to protect their struggles from public view. But in today's digital world, privacy is almost impossible to maintain. Once speculation begins, it doesn't stop. For Common, this situation may be especially exhausting. His relationships have often been public, and his dating history has been widely discussed. Now, with Jennifer Hudson, it seems like the scrutiny has reached a new level. And then there's another layer that cannot be ignored: the constant connection to Tiffany Haddish. Every time Common's current relationship is discussed, Tiffany's name somehow reappears. Old interviews resurface, past comments get replayed, and comparisons start all over again. This creates a unique kind of pressure, not just for Common, but for Jennifer as well. Because no matter how strong a current relationship may be, having the past constantly brought into the present can create tension. It raises uncomfortable questions. Does Jennifer feel uneasy about Tiffany still being part of the conversation? Is Common frustrated by how his past keeps resurfacing? Is the public unintentionally creating pressure that didn't exist before? These are the questions driving the narrative right now. At this stage, What once looked like a calm and stable relationship now appears surrounded by uncertainty. Not necessarily because of what we know, but because of what we don't know. Because sometimes the biggest challenges in a relationship aren't visible. They exist beneath the surface, in trust, in healing, and in the emotional weight of everything that came before. And as the spotlight continues to grow, the pressure only increases.